Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? I finally got the Turok Son of Stone Carnotaurus done, and it took forever. I mean, good lord, it took what is it, 8 days now, 9? I don't know. It took too long was the point, and yeah, I mean, I finally got it done. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. I mean, there's probably pieces of paint missing and all that other crap, but I mean, hey, you know, I learn. I learn every time. I learn for one because that whole mishap that happened never put the Dynaflex caulk to cover up or to use for paint to stick on because that's just horrible. It peels off, especially with action features. Um, Instead, just sand it down, which I sanded it here, and you guys can still see some rough edges because the Dynaflex is still there, like right here and right there. So, I just tried to blend it in as good as I could. Oh yeah. And by the way, hold on, let me take that off. Yeah, never use Dynaflex caulk for covering mass pieces. Otherwise you get shit like that. Where I had to redo the whole thing. So here's the action feature, because I remember Bat, I believe. Yeah. Bat asked me if the action feature still worked, and it didn't at the time. So I went through this whole thing trying to get it to work, and that's actually what caused the whole thing, the whole situation. But I mean, it works now. It's like, there we go. You got to kind of cock it back, or you got to wait for that sort of click noise. There we go. And I mean, this is actually useful for like when I take pictures, because what I could do is just put like a little stick or a toothpick in there and to hold it down, and while I take the picture. I guess face detail wise, it looks fine. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. It's a bit sloppy, but it's what I got. I had to redo the eyes like 8 or 9 times to get it to look right, because the first times just looked a little too cartoony. Or not cartoon, like not accurate. Like it looked a little too friendly looking, because that's one of the things I liked about the Carnotaurus and Turok Son of Stone was it was an animal. Like its eyes didn't show more emotion than a regular animal's would. It was very animalistic in behavior. It was pretty much just an animal, despite its monstrous appearance. Speaking about monstrous appearance, the arms were from a dragon, a Schleich dragon, I think. My younger self ripped off the wings of the dragon for whatever reason. So from that point on, I just butchered it, and I still have the head, so I could rebuild its body if I ever wanted to. Which, yeah, I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal. And it's funny because the arms, the reason why I chose it is because the arms are spot on looking. Like, they look exactly, or damn near exactly the way they looked in the cartoon. Like, it's damn close. And then as for the body color as a whole, in the cartoon it's a lot darker, but I gotta explain something to you guys. I can't see all that well. Like this, it's I mean, I don't want that as an excuse or anything, but it's like at night, like the lighting in here ain't very good, even with this. Even with that, it's not the best, like my eyes play tricks on me, so I had to go for a lighter color. One that looks similar, I mean, because I found a picture with this sort of color, um, and I just had to go for it because it was too hard for me to see. Because even here, you guys can see, like, with the patterns on the body, it's like a matte black with the markings, Excuse me, sorry. And, it starts right about here, which is accurate from the pictures I saw. And then, I mean, normally it would go down there, but I just didn't want to risk too much rubbing off, which, in hindsight now, I probably could have still did it, but, hey. This was kind of this was a messier job than normal compared to most of my creatures. So then I sculpted the little ear holes here, which I don't know if it had that in the cartoon. I don't think so, but got it on the figure. Why not? Makes it feel a little bit more realistic. The teeth were the original teeth were cut out and replaced with more of these kind of blocky teeth. See some little resin pieces there. I tried to make it hang down for like saliva effects, but it kind of broke off a few times after opening and closing the mouth, which is fine. The bits of it that are still there look decent. Of course, there's like little bits and pieces of it where the paint's not fully filled in. You can see the original Carnotaurus colors, which to me, it's whatever. You know, I ain't gonna fret over it. You know, you can't fret over every egg. As what's his face said, Senator or something something. And then of course, because you know, I always make these damn mistakes. There's a little piece of white in there, which I can fill in after the video. Like I have a little thing of paint right over there. I could fix that up, no biggie. I mean, I've been fixing this shit up for probably 2 days. It was pretty much done painting after 5 days, and then the other 3 days were just seeing where I messed up and had to fix it. Which, I mean, hey, whatever, you know. As long as it turns out decent. And it did, you know. I think the thing I'm most proud of for this whole thing is probably like the patterns on its legs. Like the patterns are spot on, at least from a lot of the pictures I've seen. You know, well, that could have been done a lot better, but whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna hit this dude with another thing of Mod Podge or something. Or that's not a dude. I mean, it is a female, but you know, it's a female animal. There were 2 adults Carnotauruses in the movie. There was a random male at the beginning, which attacked Turok and his family. And then there was the female, the great horned one, which is what this is supposed to be. Speaking of which, doesn't really fit up all that well, but I painted this little tiny Carnotaurus just to kind of match up with it a little bit. I mean, it's still not accurate to the babies in the movie, but you know, it looks. Oh shit, my bad. It looks. I mean, it could kind of fit. Looks good enough. You know, or if you needed a baby. And then from that point on, I guess the tail still has that Dynaflex on it, which explains why it's so smooth. The patterns as a whole, they're all right. I mean, they're decently accurate. You know, you got the dark gray for the body there running down with the patterns. And then you got the jet black for like the stripe with the red spots on it. Which runs down from there to there. Kind of breaks apart a little bit here, which from the picture I was using as reference, that's what it did too. And when I watched the movie, I took some screenshots, and that's also how it looked. You got some more markings there. Some of them are sloppier than others, just from the constant me touching it and pushing it down, which is whatever. You know, I'm not gonna bother with it. And then, you know, it picks up back here. You got two spots right there and there. You know, because I saw that too, and I was thinking, well, I might as well add it. And then, you know, of course, the tail only has a certain amount of movement. Like, honestly, the tail, I'm probably going to keep it like this because it looks the best when it's kind of like that. So I'm not really going to worry too much about the paint, and the Mod Podge can't get in there because it's glue. I've yet to find a substance that locks paint in and can get past a lot of these joints. Personally, I think I'm gonna try to carve it out more next time. And then I don't even know where that white just came from. I mean, that just appeared out of nowhere. Like I said, so much of this shit goes wrong when you're painting it, but you know, it's worth it in the end because you have a unique creature that is very rare among other collectors. And it goes down to there. As you guys can see, hold on. The fucking camera could focus, for the love of God. There we go. It kind of runs down all the way to the end of the tail. Goes on this side too. But the stripe's breaking it up. Here's the underneath. The underside. All these stripes are not 100% accurate, but it was very hard to see. Like I said, I just tried to get it as close as possible. And then from that point on, you know, you got the dew claw here. Got the other claw. Here's the underside of the foot. Which is something a little bit of paint scratch off, but whatever. Got the Jurassic World logo. I decided to keep this for whatever the hell reason. I don't know. In case somebody I knew ever needed or ever played that online shit. I don't really do none of it, but you know, figure just in case. I'm gonna fix up that little paint chip on the leg there. In fact, you can see a lot of it, but parts of it almost look like dirt. Like it don't really bother me like little imperfections like that, just because it almost looks natural in like the sense of an animal. Or animals generally have like stuff clinging to them or like little pieces of skin missing. Like, a lot of animals kind of got that sort of stuff. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not really fretting over every little detail like I used to. Like I used to panic when I was younger. I was like, nothing, it's not perfect. But now it's like, it's whatever. I mean, it'll look the way it'll look. And time will fucking deteriorate it anyway. So it's not like, just make it the best way I can and be happy with it. But yeah, that's the Turok Son of Stone Carnotaurus. I mean, I think it's fine looking, honestly, but I ain't got a problem with it. I mean, I'm gonna fix up the little imperfections that I noticed, but yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know, and I'll see you later. Hope all of you guys have a good day.